today? Are we gonna go live in one fucking take today, you guys? I believe in us. I believe in the power of this family. I believe in what we've built together. That we might be able to go live the first fucking try of this just most accursed day. What do you guys think? Talamar, thank you for your vote of confidence with that tier 1 Twitch sub. I appreciate the 5 months in a row, my man. Welcome back to the dog home. Hello, Troper. Alright, so, as we last left off, we were on row 24 of the Excel sheet. Now, it's come to my attention that in the original subathon, I missed a Patreon deck list. So we're going to do that first before we move on to row 24 of the sheet. I'm going to send myself that deck list now, and we're going to review that one. And then we're going to move back into the on-demand roasting requests. So let me go grab that. I also, hot off the presses, my latest TikTok video just finished uploading mere seconds ago. So if you want to see a Pioneer deck tech on the Lotus Field combo, go ahead and head over to my TikTok page right now. If you're on my YouTube, wait 3 minutes and then I'll upload it on YouTube. Username understood. I wish you the best. Reach out if you need. Harry Potter 79, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks, my friend. Now let's grab Sergeant Hamilton's deck link, send it to myself via Discord, and then pull it out for all of your enjoyment. Alright, we've got a rant from Siren, a random smasher pass, and a drink water. I'm going to pull up this deck link and then we will redeem all of those. Nothing to see here. Alloro Ageless Ascetic is the first deck we're looking at tonight from our friend Sergeant Hamilton. So Siren, please let me know what you'd like me to rant about. I'm going to go ahead and drink that water. Thank you, Ranger, for looking out for my health. Jam, yeah, we do appear to have gotten it in one for the internet tonight. Constrictor Victor, Delori Games, Frozen Fury, thank you all for being here on YouTube. Siren, rant about the Ketheric Phase 1 fight with the Lantern dude involved. It took me dozens of reloads against J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man until I realized jumping made Ketheric oh no, did we just fucking hit technical difficulties? I'll scream. No, okay, we're fine. No, that's on you. Alright. So, here's the thing, Siren. The only rant I can give you about the Phase 1 Ketheric Thorn fight is that it's easy as piss. Is that I fucking dunked that dude from the stratosphere. And let me tell you how. I did it with a patented Baldur's Gate 3 team comp that I call Rampage Barbie. Rampage Barbie, it's me and 3 hot bitches with hammers. It's me and a harem of Dami Mommies. So it's myself, a Respect Shadowheart, Karlach, and Lae'zel. And we merely stood in a circle around Ketheric and beat the absolute fucking brakes off him. I think we dropped him in like 2 rounds and he ran off to Phase 2, and then we dropped Phase 2 with the guy with the thing in another 2 rounds. Delore G. So the way the deck roasting worked is I had my Patreon supporters submit deck lists that they wanted me to roast. I did those first. Then we had a Google form where you could pay me $30 and submit a link via a Google form for me to look at your deck, roast it. It's kind of a mix of making fun of it, telling you how you could make it better, telling you how you should make it worse, etc., etc. Abyssal Apollo, thank you for stopping by. Rob Booms, but I'm glad you caught this live, my friend. Alright, so we're about to get into this first deck. I do need to take the post that I already put on TikTok and put it up on YouTube. Oh, thank you kindly for the sheep scream. Starter up, Steve. Let me make sure. No, this isn't a short. I'm making a full video YouTube. I know what you think of me, but I'm an actual creator. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy, and I want you to treat me as such. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair shout, Dolores, that the decks that make me mad the decks that make me mad are definitely worth trying. We got Frozen Fury, we got Minthara on the second playthrough. Anybody who hasn't played Baldur's 3 yet, play Baldur's 3, Baldur's Gate 3, just to recruit Minthara. You won't regret it. Who's got... We need to live title my Lotus Field combo deck video. Oh. I'm calling it Pioneers of Salt Get Lotused On. Constrictor Victor, no, I haven't been able to try out Magar yet. I am very limited in how much Commander I can actually play due to how much Commander I have to talk about. Oh, OBS is on the wrong screen. We're gonna move you over. Very sorry to all of you. Okay, there we go. It's me, Fuzzy D. Thank you for the 2 months of Prime in a row. I appreciate those Bezos bucks, my friend. All right, that's set to upload. Let's see if Sergeant Hamilton's in the chat. A bullet to die for. Thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Okay, we're gonna miss Sergeant Hamilton. Alabast the Sane, thank you for the follow. Let's do... Ooh, the random smasher pass. Listen, I hate planeswalkers. But like, yeah. Right? Like, yeah. This card's definitely a little fucked up. Put a loyalty counter on for each creature target opponent controls. Okay, that's actually kind of based. That's anti-Scute Swarm tech, and I love anti-Scute Swarm tech. Till end of turn, he becomes an indestructible human soldier with power and toughness equal to loyalty counters. He's still a planeswalker, prevent all damage. That's also a little bit real. Ooh. 15, exile all other permanents. That's fucking funny. I actually like this card. 30 cents? Put some respect on my boy Gideon. What the fuck? What is this disrespect that Gideon is receiving right here? But Thonkules, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I appreciate your Bezos bucks, my friend. Welcome to the dog home. Give me one more moment to set up these fucking ad settings. Yeah, no, that Gideon is Chad as hell. Alaskan Love, I see you've redeemed another random smasher pass. Redemption Choir. Ooh. I mean, the right... Okay, let's average this out. Let's average this out. Far right, hard yes. I'm a dirty heterosexual. There's only so much I can do. The middle, I feel like I have to be reasonable and say anybody that shops at a Hot Topic would, and that's too much of a population for me to leave them out. Now this guy, right? That guy on the left, that has to be a no from me. But I think that averages out to a yeah. Because it's super yes, technical, super no. Right? And put that all together, that's a technical. So we're gonna give him a technical can. Bathrobe Keck 89. Thank you for the 2 months in a row. I appreciate those Bezos bucks, my friend. Nope, not Bezos bucks. I appreciate that tier 1 Twitch sub. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. What about dude on the table? That's illegal. Rucox, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. This person is dead. We're not going there. This person has shuffled off their mortal coil. All right, they're no longer part of the discussion. We're dealing with the living, moving, breathing, and jiving creatures, okay? We're not dealing with the clear corpse. Mauled, I know how much you love touching your own cards, but what's your take on decks built around touching your opponent's cards and using their cool shit? I love them. I'm building one right now. It's a deck video coming out later this week around that exact concept. I love theft. Theft is great, especially if you're stealing from the rich, which means the green players. Dade, no you didn't. So I love stealing, I love taking things, and I love taking things from the rich players, and that's the Simic, the green players, anybody that can ramp. I love taking things from them. And so theft is really good. Theft is just a little bit tricky to deal with politically because some people are incredibly butthurt about it. Raven, Cormella is in the deck. I mean, you'll see it get published later this week, but it's another $30 theft deck. That guy, you know the one. You can join the Discord via, there's a link in my YouTube channel page's description. There's also a link in my TikTok link tree. So there's a couple ways to get in, both of which are directly through my channel pages. 4000, hit me with that personal question, and then we gotta get into the roasting, but go ahead and give me the personal question. Do you have a favorite card or a card that got you into Magic? Mine was Vampire Nocturnus. Okay, we have a story time here actually. So the card, listen, I'm about to hoe myself out a little bit, but the card that got me into Magic the Gathering was my boy Raynar the Ever Watchful. There's a precon based around him, and this precon was the one that my former sister-in-law brought home one day and said, hey, do you guys want to try playing Commander with us? So Raynar says the first card you foretell each turn is 0 to foretell, and whenever you exile a card from your hand or a permanent from the battlefield, you make a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. And I thought Raynar was the most powerful Magic card ever printed because of two key rules misunderstandings. The first rules misunderstanding was that instead of it being one or more cards, we, the entire table, thought that you got a 1/1 white spirit for each individual thing you exiled. So if you flickered 10 things, right, you got 10 1/1s. That's not how the card works. That's how we thought it worked. Secondly, we thought tokens could be exiled and returned to the battlefield. And so the way we thought this card worked was that you foretold a card and you made a spirit. Then you flickered that spirit and you got a new spirit. Then you flickered those 2 spirits and you got 2 new spirits. Then you flickered those 4. You see where very quickly we thought Raynar's unbeatable. He makes 1,000 birds in like 3 turns. What the fuck are you supposed to do? And I loved it. I thought it was magical. And then in order to scratch the itch of playing Magic when I was away from that family, I started playing on Arena and then immediately learned that we had devastatingly misunderstood the rules. So Raynar still has a special place in my heart, but now I know that he is not in fact God tier, overwhelmingly strong. Exactly, Jim. That's another, yeah. Well, let's be clear, Jam. It doesn't say permanent cards. It just says permanents. And tokens are still permanents. Now, it all falls apart because the tokens would never come back, because as soon as you remove them from the battlefield, you know, state-based actions, womp, womp, womp. But we didn't know about any of that. And then I think we have one more random smasher pass. Oh, please don't. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Need I say more? The drip. Need I say more? All right. Let's start talking about Sergeant Hamilton's Alloro deck. The first things I notice is, one, the commander fucking sucks. I hate Eminence. The only Eminence commander that even gets a partial pass from me is Sidar Jabari of Zalfir. All the others, it's bullshit. You're working for nothing. The whole point of picking a commander is that you need to play around them. Whereas with Alloro, you don't even need, there's no playing needs to happen. You just get to life. And Esper already has so many goddamn life gain payoffs. This like solves a deck almost without ever needing to resolve Alloro. Like, whenever you gain life, pay 1, draw a card, and drain. Cool, whatever. Who gives a fuck? The only things people care about is getting that 1 life gain tick a turn to make a token, put a counter on everything, destroy one of your things. I don't think that's an actual effect, but you get the idea. It's bogus. And so they spent $900 on being bogus. Now, I already see an Esper Sentinel in here. I already see a crawl space, which is a little bit funny, but is mostly not funny. Hold on, look at target player's hand. Never mind, this deck is amazing. Never mind. I take back everything I said. I love this deck very much. I love it very much. Okay. Royal Mouse, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hippo character going really fast on his chair, propelling the chair against the room. Is that a depiction of Alloro? Because I agree with you. Xenus. Xenus, I'm going to request that you do a little read along with me. So at the beginning of your upkeep, if Alloro Ageless Ascetic is in the command zone, you gain 2 life. So if we play him, this no longer applies, right? At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 2 life. That there sentence would apply. So this is Eminence before Eminence was written, but it does in fact work as in and out of the command zone. They just have 2 separate lines instead of calling it an Eminence ability. Now, let's get into what's actually happening. Whenever this blocks, you can return it to the hand. You may put a creature card from your hand into play, blocking that creature. Wait a minute. I did not realize blue had this level of tax fraud. I mean, who's the asshole that's gonna swing into this? But that's a little bit silly. Not if you use it to play this son of a bitch. I mean, this thing's fucked up, but it's I hate that thing. Okay, power and toughness being equal to the number of artifacts you control does not paint a very optimistic picture about what this deck is going to do. And then you're going to clone shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this Artifact Pillow Fort? It's looking like Artifact Pillow Fort. At the beginning of each, take an extra... Okay, if... I can give you a break if this is the only extra turn thing in the deck, because that's a pretty bad one. But you gotta fucking... Oh, hello. An ATB starting with you, vote for Grace or Condemnation. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns all their creatures to the battlefield. If Condemnation gets more, destroy everything but Magister of Worth. This card is evil. Whenever Master of Predicaments deals combat damage to a player, choose a card in your hand. They guess whether it's greater or less than 4. If they guess wrong, you get it. I like that. Deals combat damage, take an extra turn. Fuck that forever. Okay, now we got a lot. Send triplets, come on, bro. Okay, so we have a couple artifact synergies, and then we have a lot of big fuck you sphinxes. This is Esper's version of of the Jund players just picking every good dragon they can. They just pick all the big cat bitches, and then they're gonna hope it works out. And looking at this deck, it probably will. Okay, we got a big ultimatum. Big mana bomb. Of course we have a tutor. Of course we have fucking show and tell. This is like a mana. It's a tax fraud Esper deck. It's tax fraud while still taxing the other players at the table, which is really just insult to injury. Okay, so they're copying a fair amount of stuff. Double life total. Oh my god. Counterspell, bounce. There's really a whole lot of recursion in here. There's like a lot more. Oh, from a graveyard. Okay, that makes sense. Destroy. Gain control. $33 lands is also crazy. 33 lands is crazy to me for how many like super expensive things they have in here. Darksteel Forge, Elixir of Immortality, Mindstone, Mirror Works. I don't see the lines. I see so many fucking just artifacts in here. I mean, I see things they can do, and I see things that benefit from having lots of artifacts, but they like fucking Tome of the Guild Pack. We got goddamn Glasses of Urza to peek at players' hands. We've got Mox Tantalite. We've got Mycosynth Lattice. Then we also have a bad kill spell. And we have a 5 mana rock. With fucking... This is Battle Cruiser, but it's extra turns. Because everything this deck wants to do is make like one really big artifact creature and otherwise try to free cast all its super expensive cards that they're gonna use to do extra turns. And then they have fucking Rhystic Study. Like we I just can't I can't wrap my head around what's going on with Urza's Glasses, Tome of the Guild Pack, and Rhystic Study occupying the same space in my mind. Telepathy. I mean, so these have to be salt picks. These have to be just playing with people that hate having anybody else know what's going on inside their hand. I didn't even realize Glasses of Urza was a thing. Have them look at the shiny things to distract them from the untouchable board state you're building. I'm telling you, bro, there's not a goddamn thing you could play that would distract me from the fact that this deck is entirely bullshit. I don't know what I don't know what your plan is to distract me, but as soon as you lay down a single one of these pieces of nonsense, you may consider me undistracted. All right, you may consider me alert, attentive. It is real of you to bring time sieve and leave out Tivit. I will give you 1 point for leaving out the fucking 2-card plug and chug Esper Infinite that every other motherfucker brings in Esper. And we've got Commander Sphere. This is like I feel like this they built the deck they wanted to build, and then they were like, ooh, that's too good. And then they went to the shed and they cut off a few of their toes, and in place of their toes, they put on World Slayer, the Glasses of Urza, and the goddamn, I mean, really, Elixir of Immortality too. Oh yeah, Manolith. Like they really, they were like, ooh, I have such a sick deck. I'm not allowed to have both my feet, and so I need to cut off one of my feet and replace it with a Manolith, so that my pod will let me play this. Either that, or it's a deck all of cards that they physically own, and this is just budget limited. But this absolutely looks like punching themselves in the stomach to beat the table to it, so that the table lets them play the game. And I think, honestly, it's done a reasonably well. Talamar, you know what I mean. Like, I mean, like, in the sense of they're making a $5,000 deck 1 card at a time, and they just don't have all of them yet, right? Because a lot of the individual cards. Wait, where is this $900, by the way? Yeah, hold on. Not sort by price, but include price. So I was about to say it's in the. Oh, a $200 Navinriel's disc? Jesus. Big Skanky, Riddle of Lightning, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Ember Shade, what is that personal question, my friend? What's the weirdest way or best story about winning a Commander game? My personal one is winning my first ever Commander game by accidentally doing MLD with Mycosynth and Vandal Blast. One of my favorite Commander games happened at MagicCon Vegas. I was playing with 3 other people, and we were all about to lose because somebody had a Horde of Notions landfall deck, and they had like Risen Reef and Omnath, and they had set up like landfall loops, but they had set up a must draw loop, and they like popped off with something. They popped off with like either an ultimatum or one of those big mana fuck you spells that returned everything from their graveyard to the battlefield. And they had to draw 51 cards with 50 cards in the library. And so they decked themselves, leaving the 3 of us remaining. And then the very next turn I top decked Crackle with Power in a Prosper deck and spent like 30 mana on it and killed everybody. Jam, you hit me with your personal question. Deshevely, thank you very much. Or Douche Valley, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Do I like inquisitorial justice systems or adversarial justice systems more? I'm not clear enough on the definitions, but from what I can surmise from the names inquisitorial and adversarial, I'm going to say inquisitorial. I am not a big fan of justice systems that focus on retribution and punishment. I'm a much bigger fan of justice systems that focus on rehabilitation. Abyssal, Henzi's my favorite commander for casual. They're not my favorite commander overall. They're my favorite commander to bring blind to a casual table when like nobody knows what's coming. All right, we're gonna move on to Heldina and their deck. Leah, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home. Question. Do you want to roleplay as America, lending weapons in the form of +1/+1 counters and trample to third world counties so they can smack the hell out of each other, while also telling them they should have read the fine print on the deal they just made? Then this deck might be up your alley, and the aim of this deck is to beef up your opponent's boards in order to make all of them a Kingmaker and see who kills who first, all the while using cards like our Commander, Together Forever, and Plaxcaster Frogling to help those who are a little behind before using the last player's board state to win the game by using Willbreaker or Reigns of Power. Honestly, just from the primer, if you can do this to people, they're stupid and they deserve it. Everybody gets away with it once. Everybody gets away with it once. If you're able to do this multiple times, you are either a master gaslighter or you play with children. Either way, I'm a fan. So Kroos lets you put a shield counter on target creature an opponent controls, and a shield counter means the next time it would take damage or die, it doesn't. The shield counter just goes away. And whenever you put a counter on a creature you don't control, you tap it and goad it, and it gets trampled. So it has to hit somebody, and it's not hitting you, and you are not... I'm not missing that Cyclonic Rift right out of the fucking gate. Okay? $352, and here's 30 of it. I also hate planes. I'm more upset about Tamiyo than I am about Cyclonic Rift. That's how much I hate planeswalkers. 32 creatures. That's crazy. Oh, okay. This must be all of the banned creatures that put counters on things. Yeah, feather counters. Just generic group hug. Oh, gain control of target creature with +1/+1 counter. That's kind of spicy. More counters on your own creatures. Mess with people's stuff. Proliferate people's stuff. 1/1 counters. More counters. Hey, look at that. More counters. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of 1/1 counter synergies, both between for our own creatures and putting them on other creatures. Forgotten Agent's actually kind of crazy in this deck because it doesn't say you have to spread it to other creatures you control. And we've got the bestest boy in the entire world, Gloonch. So I'm very happy to see that. Yeah, shit, it does have Glunch. Shit, it do have Glunch. Alright, bunch of proliferates. More group hug. Oh, Plaxcaster, okay. Target creature gain Shroud. That seems fine. Ilaran, 200-bit. Thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Where's the Willbreaker for added misery? My friend, it's right down here at the bottom. We saw it in the primer. It's right down here. It's right down here at the bottom for the goddamn Willbreaker. Allowing Glunch and Willbreaker to exist in the same deck is the greatest crime Bant has ever committed, and it's why they all deserve the chair. I won't apologize for that. Also, 33 lands with not a single piece of ramp that I can see is crazy. What tables are you playing at? Oh, I'm sorry. We have 2 3-mana sorceries. That's my fault. That's my fault. We have 2 3-mana sorceries. Your mana's all fixed. That's my bad. I do think this deck does a pretty good job of setting up a whole feel of like, hey man, we're all getting counters. It's all gonna be fine. In fact, you're getting more counters than I have. So it's gonna be okay. And then you just you flop out the fucking will breaker on him. Or you flop out, where was that other guy? Yeah, the cytoplast manipulator. Not a guy, but the other thing. And then we have the fucking, this is the Chat GPT Bant interaction list. I'm so for real. This is like the, other than Broker's Confluence, this is the fucking data science amalgam of every annoying Bant list ever, and just take all their interaction. Contagion Clasp and Contagion Engine are funny. Nobody said the counters have to be good. These are my two favorite cards in this entire deck. Is that at some point you can just be like, you know what? You're doing a little too good. My friend, you're doing a little too good. And then you can proliferate. So you get to pick and choose. You get to play so many favorites. Whoever built this must have had a bad high school experience, because this entire deck seems dedicated to reliving it and reclaiming their power with it. Because the level of social manipulation that I see here is unmatched, and it can't come from a well-adjusted mind. What does Power Conduit do? Oh, okay, that's just more 1/1 counters and everything. And of course it has Ozolith. What's Verity Circle do? Interesting. Yeah, this is fucked up. This is a fucked up mean deck. I really like it. This is probably one of the best examples I've seen of a group hug deck that actually wants to transition from gaslighting to gatekeeping to girl bossing without comboing off. Most of the other group hug decks I've seen try to manage that transition by, I'm so nice, nothing bad is happening, and then they hit you with like fucking Approach to the Second Sun. Whereas this one actually looks dedicated to like, no, we're staying on the game plan, and the game plan is just going to stop paying off for you and start paying off for me. Yeah, it's hitting its stride from gaslighting into gatekeeping into cross bossing, I think really, really smoothly. And I don't think the land base is necessarily bad. There's definitely not enough of them. There's definitely not enough of them. Alarin, thank you for the additional 200 bits. Have I not heard of Xyrus, the Writhing Storm? No, I have, but that one's barely a group hug. Nobody has ever showed up to the table with a Xyrus deck and had anybody fucking believe them that they were going to benefit from that deck for a goddamn moment. This deck, you could actually sit down and probably convince a person, hey, you're going to get a little bit of benefit from the stuff that I'm doing. As soon as you sit down with a goddamn Xyrus Writhing Storm deck, I know that we're enemies. I'm a card draw addict, and I know that we're enemies. This is fucked. Also, what the fuck is up, Denny's? Hey, Mental Misplay. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Like, Xyrus can still be fun. I just want to be clear. You're not tricking anybody with Xyrus. You could trick somebody with this. Alright, let's see who we got next. Moving on to row 25. It's our boy Nick. Toxrill Proliferate Cancer. Well, let's see who's next. We got our boy Richard. Ayo, Dragon Eggs. This looks fine. Alright, let's see what... Bean, you know what to do with that. Alright, let's see what they're doing with Toxrill. Now, it's always important to figure out whether the Toxro player is actually playing Toxro, or if it's just we're playing a Dimir fuck you deck, and I need a commander to put on the bottom. Hold on, 22 lands? You gotta explain this shit to me. You gotta explain this shit to me right now. Did they think they were building a standard deck? This doesn't make... I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but it can't be good. Like, we were just complaining about 33 lands. Discardina, 22 lands isn't even infinite mulligans. 22 lands is your table, like their table is letting you guarantee a certain number of lands in your opening hand. Like, this is a table that's like, lands are a bad system, you can start with 4. I mean, do they have a way? They're really going all in on poison counters. Because they're going all in on proliferate. Why is Clawing Torment here? What is fucking happening? Heldina, could I give you some tips on how to make the deck a bit better without it becoming broken? I'll think about it. I don't have any off the top of my head because so much of making that deck work is managing the politics of it, which is pretty disconnected from the cards you're putting in it. Okay. So Dissipation Field. So there's like a little bit of protection. The worst mana cheating card ever. Xanac, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to Doghouse. A bad Disenchantment is like okay in dog shit standard. Weatherlight Compleated. So I guess counters matter. A really bad mana rock. More Proliferate. What the fuck is this artifact doing here? So just more counters. More counters. Is this what's supposed to save their mana? Are they going to proliferate Replicating Ring until they get 8 of them and then it's fine? Mana Rock. A fucking... an Autobot. I realize it's not an actual Transformer and we do have those, but like, huh? Okay, Mana Rock. Okay, Lux Artillery. That's a little funny. I would like it. I would like to see this deck put together Lux Artillery. And then Helm of the Host. Alright, another Proliferate Mana Rock. Okay. This can get alright. This can get alright with Proliferate. Okay, so they're just going all in. They're going all in on Proliferate. And everything in the deck. So their mana base is them. Their mana base is them praying to heaven that they'll get a mana rock that's based on proliferation and then resolve a proliferate ability and then be cool. Yeah, pretty much everything in here. Is everything in here going to be proliferate? No, Death Touch indestructible. Lauren, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. I'm glad I got the pronunciation right, my friend. Also, Quickie Palmer, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. This is crazy, by the way. Black Sun's Twilight is fucking crazy. A big mana outlet X spell in this in a 22 land commander deck. This person is completely lacking in hinges. Okay, and then shield counters. Shield counters, presumably to put on our toxic and infectious creatures. What do we have that's dying? Oh, okay, so that has some synergy with our commander that we're never ever resolving. I love that just out of nowhere, hey, we're gonna make +1/+1 counters work. Okay, and then we have a million proliferate things. So I'm gonna say this. If you look at anything but the land base, it starts to look like they're cooking some type of poison counter, proliferate synergy deck. And I'm just gonna say it's really fucking easy to make a deck that looks synergistic when you don't have to make any cuts for lands. When you can just bring every fucking good thing you want, because apparently your table lets you choose whether you draw land or non-land for the turn. Like, we have to playtest this. Oh wow, look at that. 0 lands. Look at that. Okay, we got 1 land. We got 1 land on our our first mulligan. This is our 3rd hand. We have 1 island. We have nothing playable. This is our turn 1. This is our turn 1. This is our turn 2. Oh, look at that. We have to discard to hand size. Oh, look at that. We have to discard to hand size. We can't even kick. We can't kick this 1 time. We're going to play it for 0 in case we can proliferate so we don't have to discard to hand size. We have to discard to hand size. What are we talking about here, guy? What are we talking about with this deck right now? 6 turns in. 6 turns in. We have 1 mana on the field. We can't even... The proliferate thing doesn't even work because we never put a counter on to begin with. Like... What the fuck is happening? This can't be real. Also, Lauren, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. What's a frog's favorite drug? Cocaine. Yeah, I don't know if the person who made this is in chat right now. If you are, you have to be cheating if you tell me you've ever won with this deck. There is no way in Richard Garfield's Magic that you have ever drawn the fucking lands to make this deck work. And there is no Soul Ring. You want to know why? You can't proliferate Soul Ring. I'm pretty sure every rock they took except Signet is proliferatable. And you can't do it with Soul Ring. So they didn't take it. Alright, let's keep it moving. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we have to actually do... We're not on Dades yet. Now we're actually going to AO Dragon Eggs. Also, we missed some. Deoxycraft, Sad Cow Noises, Ultador. Thank you very much for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. Sergeant, no, my power is out. But we're going till like 9 p.m. tonight. We did your deck at the beginning of this stream. Yeah, Dade, you are next. Alright, so AO the Dawn Sky. Flying Vigilance, Wind Dies. Check the top 7. Put any number of things with total mana value 4 or less onto the battlefield. Okay, so this is going to be a fucking... Jesus, 32 artifacts? It's fucking Aetherflux Storm. I know it is. I fucking know it is. God damn it. God damn it. 1 sorcery, 7 instants. 31 lands. Build some reason. I'm begging any of you to submit a deck with a reasonable ass mana base. Okay. I mean, I guess this one works because it's Aetherflux Storm, and so it's going to be all 1 or 0 mana bullshits. Jesus, an Ugin the Ineffable. What even creatures do you have in here? Charge counters? Okay. Fuck this guy. Pay your taxes. Nobody ramp when this thing's on the field, alright? Kill it. It's a 2/2. It's easy to kill for a reason. It's because he wants death. Don't let the white people ramp. Players. Okay, Flicker. ETB doubling. Esper Sentinel. Artifact bullshit. Artifact bullshit. Well, legendary bullshit. Junk Diver screams to me. Mirror Retriever screams to me there's some type of loop getting set up here. Oh, and Recruiter of the Guard and Oswald and Myra. Something's fucked up here. This is like I haven't seen. There it is. There's the bitch. I knew it was coming. I was about to say we haven't seen Walking Ballista, but I know there's some type of Walking Ballista loop going on here. I'm not even going to bother finding it because I know it's in here. Like we've covered, this is the fucking Tinder notification on the phone. They're cheating. They just haven't told us yet. Wormcoil Engine, sure. Brilliant Rest. Yup. Tell me more. Tell me more. Faith's Reward. So this is actually, they're doing fucking eggs. Or Second Sunrise, or whatever it is. Yeah, they're doing... They made goddamn Second Sunrise combo in Commander, you piece of shit. You absolute bat rastard. Oh, and they have the One Ring. Why not? Why not? You're so right. You're so right for that. Semblance Anvil? Sure. Sculpting Steel? Sure. Okay, so they're going to make all of this cost 0. And then they're going to look for... They have... Where's the way to fucking draw a card off of sacrificing an artifact? They have a couple things that cantrip, like Chromatic Star. Elspeth Resplendent is crazy in here to me. I mean, maybe it's just top 7, but it misses Aetherflux. But I guess you have so many goddamn tutors. This is like the weirdest... This is like the worst CEDH list I've ever seen. I love the pun Dragon Eggs. But like what it's doing occupies such a weird spot in the power meta where I don't think anybody at a casual table is going to be pleased watching you play with yourself to the extent that you need to make this deck win, but it's also decidedly not competitive because this combo is like, it's certainly not jank, but it's a little bit out there. This is like for a Friday night game when everybody's having a bad week. You don't even want to talk to each other. You don't even want to look at each other. You just want to play Magic silently, grunting at each other in anger to squeeze out the last little remnants of humanity before you go to bed and sleep in on the fucking like one free day you get a week. Like this is like gothic horror to me as a deck. Imagining the table that wants you to play this with them. I've been Aetherfluxed so many times that I have such a deep hatred of it in my heart. I'm never getting past it. Dizzy Dabs and the Bread Thief, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. So Link, how much mana is balanced in your opinion? My deck runs 32 to 35 lands. and 10 to 14 mana rocks typically. So the way it generally works, I usually say, unless you're playing CEDH, if you are running less than 33 lands, you're smoking crack, and if you're running more than 38, you're snorting it. The only exception is if you're doing landfall, then you can have however many fucking lands you want, but fuck you anyway. But it's like 33 to 38 is normally the happy space for lands, and then the number of mana rocks and or ramp spells and or dorks you need is pretty wholly determined on what your deck's curve looks like. I don't think I go over 10 mana rocks very often. Jam? I'll put you in timeout, Jam. I'll put you in timeout. Discardina, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Also, Natural Crunch, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Goob, this deck roasting event is currently closed. We're just fulfilling all the roasts that were previously purchased. We're going to announce a new event after we have finished roasting everything. I have to cut all of these up and send them to the individuals that purchased them. Apple Death Loot Bag, thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. And Siren, thank you for looking out for my health with a drink water redeem. Anyway, you're going to hell. My only hope is that you play this against Simic players. I could see this as being like this is kick each other in the shin pod. I've played against decks like this. Loot Bag, hit me with that personal question as we move on to Dade's deck. Dade, you've been waiting. You've been waiting. You've been watching. And it's finally your time. Oh yeah, the Alloro the Alloro deck that looked like a good deck that somebody had shot the dick off of in order to play it at a casual table. Loopbag, go ahead and type that personal question for me. Otherwise, we will just get to moving on. With this Saskia the Unyielding deck. Yam Sam, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Can Aetherflux Reservoir get it, though? No, it cannot. Dark King Kaiser, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. The only right way to win is to reduce your opponent's gettability to 0 like a true professional. I'm not sure how that would work. I'm happy to find out. Okay. So the way Saskia works is when they enter the battlefield, you get to pick somebody. And whenever you hit anybody, that chosen player takes a shitload of damage. Well, takes all that damage. So see, we got a lot of ramp. How expensive is this? $300? Pretty mid-range. Got a lot of ramp. We got a little bit of draw. But it looks like we're going pretty heavy into 1/1 counters, since that's 2 cards that draw based off 1/1 counters. Extra combats. A copy, a little bit. Oh, yeah, counters 23. Okay, I see. I see. I see. Darebrand, I'm pretty sure Panharmonicon is here because of all this counter bullshit happening. Because there's backup, there's not Anafenza, there's Anafenza kin tree, there's Abzan ascendancy. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that works with ETB. Honestly, props to you for turning a Khans of Tarkir draft into a fucking reasonable commander list. Never mind, fuck you. Never mind. I was so proud of you. I was so proud of you for making these shitty little Outlast cards work. The pride in my heart at seeing all these terrible 1/1 counter cards get put together to make work under our muscle mommy Saskia, only to scroll down and see buff Cubone. You try to give people the world. You try to give people the world, and this is what they do. They play Vorinclex Monstrous Raider against you. Vorinclex is not necessary. If you recommend something else, I'll swap it. I mean, it's not necessary. Like, the upsetting part is it's a super good pick for the deck. If you're going into 1/1, like, all of your stuff is working off of 1/1 counters. Like, if you drop Vorinclex is the industrial strength super glue holding together the terrible nature of Abzan Outlast cards. Uncivil Unrest is a pretty good pickup with what you're doing here. Invasion of Golokon. Okay. This is worth it just for Light Shield Array, yeah. Silk Guard does kind of make sense. God damn it. God damn it. You keep breaking my heart, dude. You keep doing all this shit. Keep doing all this shit I almost like. And then it's the goddamn mono green staples. Over and over. Yeah, I'll be honest. Painful Truths. I mean, you have 4 colors. I mean, best case scenario. This is draw 3. There have to be better payoffs for you than this. Not to rip into your card choices too much, but like Painful Truths, everything else is so tight on theme. We gotta be working with something better. Whether you keep it card draw or not, like if you wanted to keep it card draw, something like Rishkar's Expertise would make sense because you're gonna be buffing up a lot of power. But even if you don't do card draw, like, hey, you know what? You're doing all this 1/1 counter bullshit. Where's this at? Right? Where's my oaks? Where's my firs? Where's my conifers? You could do Garuks too. Get trample. That's also good. But there's loads of shit that you could put in, I think, instead of Painful Truths, that's gonna both give you more card draw and do other things for you. Whereas Painful Truths right now is just giving you like dog shit card draw. You're almost always gonna have something for Goro. I guess with this. Oh, I hate that I'm helping somebody put +1/+1 counters on here. Yeah, Return of the Wild Speaker, Rishkar's Expertise, Greater Good, all very good options for big card draw. The upside of Painful Truths, the table immediately stops taking you seriously. That's a good point. That's the secret tech here. This is a good deck masquerading as a dogshit terrible deck as soon as they resolve Painful Truths. Alright, let's do women, and you are the pretty princess monarch. So Neapolitan Kingdom. You are the pretty princess with your monarch crown. You have knights, dragons, and taxes to lead your religious crusade. Everything you need to run a kingdom, including dark rituals to earn the favor of gods. When you play, we're getting a little Watt-Patty. I'll be honest, When you play the monarch, there is a house rule. You must wear a pink tiara. Solidly Watt-Patty. This isn't anything new or complicated. This is knights with flavor. That flavor is vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate, but still has some flavor. Quick background: during the lockdown, my friends and I played MTG over Skype. I couldn't keep up with the board, so I took notes. Then I would write a quick epic retelling about the game for the winner in a short story. This is my winning deck. It is Wattpad fic the deck. Okay, I'm with it. I'm fucking with it. Alright, so you become the monarch. Being the monarch is good. You get additional cards. Oh, let's do this. Being the monarch is good. You get additional cards. If anybody else is the monarch, you get a 1/1 Death Toucher and haste to go yoink back the monarch. So Queen Marchesa, reasonably strong commander out of the gate. Very far from broken. Now we do have 4 Smasher passes to do. So we're going to take a quick diversion and do those before we return to this deck. Hard no. I refuse. If y'all have seen Wild Wild West starring Will Smith, then you know why it's a no. If you haven't, go watch that movie. It's an instant classic. That's just a land. No. Oh no. Being trapped between 2 forms of unlife is a fate worse than mere death, but not a fate as bad as being trapped in that mouth. The Lord is testing me. The Lord is testing me. Everything from the neck down is just a sexy humanoid female. Everything from the neck down is just a sexy humanoid female. And from the neck up, it's Nala. Oh, God. Please, you've come so far. Bean, look at it. What am I to do? What am I to say? Darth King Kaiser, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Remember, you can pull the tail. Wood. Let's move on. Let's move on. Outland Liberator. Yes to the humanoid female. Not no to the actual dog. Maester Alex, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Hello to you as well. Oh, Darth King Kaiser, I missed that previous 100-bit cheer. Thank you. Thoughts on 99 lands and Yargulin Multani? Super bad, don't do it. Super bad, don't do it. You're going to have a terrible time. And you're going to sit there not playing very much Magic. Oh, what about the backside? No. No, no, no. Hard no. I'm not a furry. I'm just reasonable. I'm just reasonable. This is just a bunch of bores. Yeah. Both of these. Both of these. MILF, GILF. And I'm down with it. Lauren, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Good lord, your generosity today, my friend. Marchesa is another creature where she can get it as badly as we all need Jesus. About 99 lands and Child of Alloro as a commander. Now, the thing about 99 lands, Child of Alloro, I think it sounds funny, but beyond the most basic of pre-con tables, they're going to be able to just ignore Alloro. Right? It's very funny if your table is sort of forcing the issue of killing Alloro over and over again to make you to force everything to blow up. Most tables are cool with you swinging a 6/6, right, over and over, and maybe they'll have to kill it once. Like if you really focus down one person, maybe they'll have to blow it up before you get that fourth swing in for commander damage. But if you're doing 99 lands, Child of Alloro, it's probably just not dying. It's probably just gonna not die, and people are just gonna beat you to death before you can kill anybody with it. And I think we have one more random one. Oh, Lord have mercy, yes. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is the greatest Elvish visionary art I have ever seen. This is one of the greatest official elf arts I've ever seen. All right. So let's talk about this Queen Marchesa deck. Now, Marchesa doesn't necessarily lend herself to anything other than becoming the monarch. So there's a lot of and that's really just card draw. So there's a lot of things that you could do here. Oh, but they already said it's a bunch of knights. So that means the deck's shitty. How did you spend $600 on knights? That's my first question. Oh, Lord, these are a lot of bad knights. Huh? We could not have picked a 6-mana dragon just to give other things haste. This cannot be the bar. Because whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in their graveyard, that doesn't happen in Commander. That's never happened one time in Commander. Why are we talking about this? Silver Bullet for the true anti-rat tech. The anti-rat tech. And then Esper Sentinel. And then just the goddamn... the fucking value Esper Sentinel, of course. Then random... I mean, they just did Knights and Dragons. Yeah, this is straight up just Knights and Dragons. I mean, I almost respect the... I respect the flavor, but $600 on flavor? Yeah, more knights, even more knights, another dragon. Okay, hold on. We have an actual synergy. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you're the monarch, make a 5/5. They aren't even bad dragons either. Yes, they are. Where is he? This guy? Get the fuck out of here. 6 mana for other creatures you control have haste. I mean, this one's fine. Green's doing it. Green's doing it for 2 mana, but you know, Mardu has to work hard. I am Sam. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Talamar, yes, you have to give this person your Leyline Tyrant too. Damn, we just don't give a shit about how this deck works, do we? All we care about is it says Knight and we like the art. Agadine's Awakening, sure. Blasphemous Act. Lots of fucking board wipes. Why are we tutoring? Hold on. It's the tutoring? Did we bring Grim Tutor just to hold this fucking pile of... Why is it all board wipes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 fucking board wipes. Every point you got for the flavor win is gone now. You're playing the creature deck. Why do you need a board wipe? Why do you need this many board wipes? Okay, these are the tags. Act of God. You're punching yourself in the dick in the name of flavor? There are other flavorful things you could do. You gotta explain to me why the tag for Rallying Cry is all your single target removal. Your kingdom? God. Also, 32 lands in Mardu is fucking interesting. I mean, listen, bro. Brother, listen to me. When you get this video, I respect the effort and love and care that went into this deck. I respect the effort and love and care that went into these tags. Write the novel. I know you want to. Just write the fucking novel. You got $600 on this pile of cards where 8 of them are designed to punch the other 92 in its own nutsack. Like, you got some good pieces here that you are smashing into each other in the name of flavor. And if you need the flavor that bad, write the book that I know is in your heart. Okay, just get the Wattpad account and save the Moxfield account for some shit that's gonna make some sense. I am begging you. "10 out of 10 flavor. 10 out of 10 flavor, alright? All the way. But we gotta pick some playable shit. This is Brandon Sanderson world building on Moxfield. And God bless you for being able to do it. But I hope you proxied this shit. Alright, moving on. We got Excalibur, which is Yurlok Mana Inferno. Now, if you haven't seen Yurlok before, he brings back mana burn and can give everybody mana. So normally what you want to do with him is sort of group hug, except you want to give people mana that they're not able to spend. Thank you, Don. I hope you enjoyed it. So, we have the first reasonable land base we've seen in a minute. 35 lands. Let's see, fuel for the fire. Alright. So we've got more mana for them. More mana for them. More mana for them. That's good. Well, I don't think this works how... Unless there's other stuff, this doesn't work how you think it works. Because this is life loss. Now, if they have mana barbs in here too... Oh, they do. Okay. So this works with mana barbs. This works with other stuff they've got going on. It just doesn't work with the commander. Yeah. Untap all creatures. Activates to draw. Okay. So we've got a ton of untapping shenanigans. So a ton of untapping shenanigans. So we're playing Fidget Spinner Yurlok. I can get behind that. Yeah, it's coming together now. And then we got some other mana for all. Yeah, good. Blinkmoth Urn. Great. Collective Voyage. Phenomenal. Dictate of Karametra. Love it. Oh, yeah. This is all the good shit. We saw another Yurlok list a few days ago. And these are all the cards that we were screaming for them to add. Overabundance is a crazy call out. I've never even seen this card before, and it is perfect for Yurlok. Oh, it's fucking hilarious to me to include this scaly bait that specifically says these 3 green mana don't cause mana burn, but then Yurlok is gonna cause mana burn because it's not technically mana burn, it's Yurlok's ability. Alright, Staff of Domination. So that's more untap stuff. Oh, Jesus. Goddamn secondary commander damage win con, because this puts on 1/1 counters equal to the amount of mana it produced, which on Yurlok is going to be roughly 11 million. Yeah, Tyvar gives him 12 counters base. And then as soon as you have any of these mana multipliers, Yurlok is becoming God himself. Yurlok is turning into Mana Exodia pretty fucking quickly. Then the goddamn Omnath. Leyline Tyrant, okay. Oh, Lair of the Hydra. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, so these are just outlets. These are outlets for your non-infinite but overflowing mana. Bootlegger Stash is super fucked up. Yeah, the deck for sure has Horizon Stone. We're cheating hard. We're not cheating easy. Oh, and now, okay. Now here we have a lot of other group slug. Oh, a lot of other group slug. Points for no Sanguine Bond. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. And I'm gonna hope that we're not going to. Spell Shock successfully cast a spell. I love that they were looking out for counter spells in this one. Rurik Thar is based. We love to see our Gruul King here. Rug of Smothering is perfect. I'm okay with Primal Order. I'm down with the non-basic land hate. Elam49, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I think I missed that. Yeah, so leaving out the other half of that infinite, I respect that. Nightshade Harvester. Okay, so we got a million things. Yeah, we got a million things to ping off this O'Hare and Torbran and Solfim, so that makes sense now. Yeah, so we just skipped the gaslighting and the gatekeeping, and we're going straight to girl arsoning. There's no girl bossing occurring. It's literally just girl arson from minute 1. Group hug and slug? No, no, no. You take this out right now. You name me one person that you have successfully tricked into believing that this is a group hug deck. Over 10 years old. You show me one person who was like, ooh, mana, and not, god damn it, Ricky. They buy it for the first half of the game? God damn. Then you have to be an expert gaslighter. I can't imagine a single one of these cards that I could see come down and not be absolutely terrified of what was coming next. I do love the non-basic land hate. Fuck non-basic lands. Everybody run all basics. You heard it here first. Burning Earth, that should just be a house rule. Alright? I'm tired of you 5-color players. I'm tired of you. You're too relaxed up there on your mana-fixed throne. Wait, what the hell is the 9 mana thing? Oh, Blasphemous Act. Okay, okay. Brian Tom, thank you for the Twitch follow, my friend. Yeah, listen, reasonable mana base, totally on theme deck, and has a couple pickups. 99% casual. I mean, that's true. This is assuredly, anytime you go group hug, you are assuredly in casual. I think 99% casual does not betray how overwhelming the betrayal is going to be after you resolve like Mana Barbs and Burning Earth and Citadel of Pain. Like this is the most ramp hate I've ever seen, and I'm so here for it. I might need a Yurlok. I might need a Yurlok deck just to hate on these non-basic players. R&R, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. We're going to move on to Game Freak SA first. I need to go potty, so I'll be right back, everybody. Alright, gang. River Dragon and Knight of Bawa. Thank you very much for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Where's the sack outlet? Go to hell. That's where your sack outlet is. It's in hell, where I will be waiting for you. My chair was just sold for $2. Terrible. Alright. So it's Zaxara. That's terrible. There's almost certainly an infinite somewhere in this dog-ass deck. I know. Wait, I think they... Not gonna give you the answer. Oh, Blood Artist? Interesting. Capricopian's kind of funny. The person getting attacked can switch who it's attacking, but they have to buff it. I kind of like that. As much as I hate Hydras and hate green. That's kind of a funny one. That's fucked up. That's also fucked up. Egghead's Guide. Pharaoh Hydra. Why would any player... Oh, maybe they're giving away their Hydras. Never another thing he controls. I'm so confused. Oh, whoops. Yeah, you can do... You could get one of these out and then just start playing these for 0 and like draw your whole deck out. Because everything in here is whenever something dies, draw a card. And they have a bunch of stuff that they could theoretically play for free and draw 1,000,000 card. Make 1,000,000 treasure. Okay. We're pinging somebody else. We're doubling the death triggers and presumably pinging people more. Drawing more cards. Oh, Sir Conrad. Okay, we're getting there. Zulaport. Okay. Yeah, where's Tendrils? No. Okay, no Tendrils of Agony. Interesting. Oh, Forever Young is fucked up. That's so fucked up because you can just reset the Gatling gun. Oh, it's an instant? Okay. Then we may have just not seen it yet. Lots of ramp. Nervous Robot, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Instant. No, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, we're not seeing... Okay, so it really is... This is Honest Sultai Storm. I feel like for $140 they were trying on purpose to be honest. But they're also... Like, I'm surprised there's not an empty deck win con because they have so many ways to draw cards. Oh, Mortuary would be so fucking awful. Because it looks like their only out right now is 3 cards, right? It's Conrad, Bastion of Remembrance, 04. So Conrad, Zulaport, Bastion, and then Poison Tip, which I guess when you have this much card draw and nothing else matters. Do I like a Hydra deck? Oh yeah, Blood Artist, so 5. Am I enjoying this Hydra deck right now? I don't think this is fun to play too many times because it is so straightforward. You only have like You have a very, very small subset of cards that actually matter, and the rest are just here. The rest are just here to be immediately killed. But that's clever. That is very, very clever. I mean, compared to what everybody else does with this shit. Compared to all the goddamn, like, freed from the real Pemen's aura or whatever the fuck you do just to make Zexara go infinite and then cast a million Hydras. Oh, and you get double the death triggers because you're making the second 0/0 Hydra from Zexara. That's funny. It does need Drivnod. It does need a death trigger doubler pretty badly. Drivnod would do well for it. It looks like they picked pretty cheap cards with the exception of the sacrifice burn outlets and fucking this guy. Everything else is like under $1, and then fucking species specialist. Yeah, how much would... How the hell much would Drivnod be? Oh yeah, you cut that dude for Drivnod immediately. Oh, I didn't realize there was a precon with species specialist. Game Freak, thank you for the $10 super chat. I'm pointing out what I had failed to notice initially about Zexara, which is that you get double 0/0 Hydras. I don't know if this deck is painfully fair. It's definitely not broken. But I don't know if it's painfully fair. Because if you resolve Zexara and you resolve Beast Whisperer, or not Beast Whisperer, that wouldn't be the best one. Beast Whisperer, your Hydras replace themselves. But if you resolve Grim Haruspex, Harvester of Souls, or Midnight Reaper, or I guess that's why they have species specialists. Like, there's a couple things you could resolve where every spell you play replaces itself and gives you another one. And it doesn't lead to a deterministic win. So again, it's not broken by any extent. I don't know how fair I would feel about this deck just projectile vomiting at me because it stuck one card. And imagine if you stuck two of these, right? That's a little crazy. Or Fecundity, or Moldervine. Oh, and a very reasonable land base. Thank you, King and or Queen. Games Freak. Oh. God bless you for bringing the first little drop of creativity to the Sultai game plan. I mean, it's still doing what Sultai does, which is just existing at you until you fall over dead from their enter or exit the battlefield triggers. But this is at least a little interesting. All right, now we're going to move on to Justin. All is one. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Morophon. There's no way this is jank. There's no way this is actually jank. I think I've done it. Make all my creatures all types and fill it with commanders and lords. Oh, $5,000? Oh God, okay. So it's gotta be, we'll see how much is in the land base. But quite a bit has to be in that land base. All right. 130 in the creatures. One tutor. 50 in artifacts, most of it being Urza's incubator. And then it is $4,868 is in the land base. Oh, 40 creatures too. That's crazy. And then just a couple tutors. So what do you even... What's the goal here? Oh, it's just all Lord effects. Oh, Christ. Oh my god, that's such a hot pickup in Morophon. Hang on. The lieges are just thematic. The lieges are a waste, but the bringers... Well, do alternate casting costs get discounted like this? I'm pretty sure this is the new hotness. So we've got 4 Dons. Was Bringer of the Red Dawn shitty? What is Bringer? We got Krenko Mob Boss, but we can't afford Bringer of the Red Dawn. You can steal shit. Do you not want to steal things? Do we not like theft? Is our $5,000 jank deck too good to steal another creature? No, it's not, because we have Captivating Vampire. If you're running 4 in a deck where the whole point is to do this flavor shit, then you should absolutely run the set when you're running all the lieges. Like, the liege cycle is infinitely worse. Well, not infinitely, but there's plenty of, like, you could just do color selection, right? Because you have barely any blue and you have barely any red, and so you could cut the lieges that hit blue or hit red predominantly and put in the Bringer of the Red Dawn to maybe steal a good creature from somebody else. You know, you might need that every once in a while. I do like what they're doing with the sort of like banners for everything. And then we have a couple ways to get everything to be all types. Oh, this is making my head hurt. But we're also bringing some pretty bad ones. Protection from dogs, bro. I mean, I guess it's for the artifact or enchantment destruction. Yeah, they're getting Maskwood Nexus every time, I would guess. Yeah, Magda's okay. Oh, Mirror Entity would do it too. Pack Leader. That's fucking so good. That's Pack Leader. Pact Leader is cranked all the fucking way up in this deck. Yeah, Zephrita, the commander sphere is completely unhinged. What I'm pretty sure it is I think they didn't proxy. I think they own the non-lands and they proxied the lands. And so that's why you have these like weird budget picks before the 5Gs that are in the land base. Because I would guess that they legitimately own most of these. Maybe not stuff like the Ur-Dragon. This is on... I like what they're trying to do. Oh, Rukar Rumel is here. This is a pile of dog shit held together at the seams by Maskwood Nexus and Diet Maskwood Nexus. Like, this is a real this is I want to let you cook. This microwave has a dangerous amount of silverware in it. This might be the fairest Magic deck of all time. This might be the most fair, the most, like, PvE storyline. You want to let them... They're not even burning down the kitchen. They're just, like... They're making a meal that is, like, color balanced, but they're not paying attention to what any of the ingredients are. They're like, I'm making you a rainbow meal. And then they're just grabbing random shit. Like, the red is just a pile of paprika, right? It's not a bell pepper. It's not, like... The yellow isn't a squash. The yellow is just some food coloring put on a piece of tofu. Like, this is the... this is just the most fucking... It's the right color. Toss it in. I love it. I would have a legitimately good time playing against this deck. I would have a funny time playing against this deck. This is like there's so much 5-color good stuff. This is 5-color okay stuff that they've got cooking right here. Oh, it's time. It's time for Darebrained. Celestial Kirin, I am become death. Alright, $350. Celestial Kirin, whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, destroy all permanents with that spell's converted mana cost. Alright, this is either about to be a drunk man gambling in Vegas, or this is about to be American Sniper. I'm not sure which it's going to be. IPSYOP, these deck lists were part of a paid subathon event that happened last weekend. We're not accepting deck lists at this time, but I'm going to announce a future event where we're going to do the same thing. All right, let's see. We have, all right, Maybe Board, Crackerhoof, and Angel Mommy. These are crazy fucking... two wildly different callouts to have in the Maybe board. Okay, make my shit indestructible. Make a bunch of mana. Tutor up creatures. How many? Oh, only 14 artifacts. Okay. Alright, so I see we got a lot of fucking... we got a lot of indestructible shit. I wonder why that might be. I wonder why you might have a lot of indestructible things, Darebrained. Alright, what are you doing with these instants? Oh, Tef Pro. I mean, honestly, this... Alright. I want to shit on it. This is one of the decks where it's like, Tef Pro is on theme for what you're doing, because what you're doing is nuclear codes. So I see the first X spell. Mana Tithe? You fuck. You fuck. Okay, so it's Spirit and it's Arcane spell. We've got 2 counter spells. Got some phase out spells. Alright, so we're blowing up stuff at 1 mana. We're blowing up stuff at 3 mana, because I'm pretty sure this counts as Spirit. Blowing up at 5 mana. Blowing up at 1 mana. Okay, got it. So here's the arcane and spirits. Let me sort by mana value so I can see the ladder you're building here. So we have 2 X spells. We have 4 that are hitting at 1. We have 5 that are hitting at 2. Or 6 hitting at 2. Another X. Lot hitting at 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Okay, so you're hitting at basically every mana value that's going to get played at a meaningful amount. Ugin's Conjurant. Which one is... What Ugin's Conjurant doing? Oh, yeah, fuck. Radioactive, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Whenever you play a spirit or arcane cell. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you monster. Oh, my God. Destroy all the lands, Darebrain? You It's Armageddon and you can tutor for it with that stupid ass flute. So you have two tutorable Armageddons. That's great. Yeah, Tef Pro is now fucked up a million. Oh, that's so gross. And you can reuse it. Creature-based mass land destruction. I hate it so much. Crazy Coltrane. So what you would do is you would cast Ugin's Conjurant. That would go on the stack. Celestial Kieran's ability would trigger. That would go on the stack. And then you would Teferi's Protection. And then you would let the stack resolve. And then everybody else's lands fucking explode. Darebrain, you gotta look me in my soul right now and promise me that you have a way to close the game out after you fucking do that. Cause sometimes mass land destruction, a win is a win is a win, right? Games have to end. Well, yeah, you got ways to do it in the maybe board. But these aren't in the deck. Right now, what I see is a pool noodle, but every 8th pool noodle, you find some goddamn uranium inside. Like, this is just, oops, all pool. You ain't need this. Hold on. You didn't need this. You can't. Was it not enough? It's on a landslide anyway. True. Oh, other flying creatures have indestructible? That's so fucked. That is so fucked. Oh, and they made that a spirit too. Nojo Calhops? No, you don't want to telegraph it like that. You don't want to telegraph that you're doing this. This is evil. This is evil. Well, I figured they might have made it a changeling or something for like. I was just hoping that they would have given a shit about us. Oh, and they printed this recently. They knew what they were fucking doing. They printed this guy recently. Oh, Lord have mercy. And I love that we're just ramping it out with the Cartographer's Hawk. We have the fucking... We have 29 cards devoted to filming a shot-for-shot remake of Oppenheimer. And then we have one little fucking bird desperately trying to get us the lands we need to rebuild after we Oppenheimer everybody. Or I guess just further our advantage after we Oppenheimer everybody. Terrifying. Alright, let's look at Christian's Mario Party Rocco deck. It is particularly good at trading hot dogs for Eldrazi, confusion in the ranks, plus Ginny Faye, plus Rocco. Okay. Now sometimes when people say Mario Party, they mean Mario Party, and sometimes when people say Mario Party, they mean stupid bullshit go. So I'm interested in seeing which version of it we have in front of us tonight. Yes, the classic, actually kind of the classic Mario Party currency doubler. Okay, a little bit of group hug, that makes sense. Jangler, you're seeing Twitch chat pop up on the stream. I'm multi-streaming to both YouTube and Twitch chat. But the nature of streaming to Twitch means you aren't allowed to have the YouTube chat pop up on screen, or they like get a little mad about it. Oh Jesus, and then there's this son of a bitch immediately. Okay. Yes. Yes, I too have lovely memories of Mario Party, as I got eaten by a dragon that then shat me out as gold. Okay, this is some proper group hug. Banquet guests. Damn. That's actually that's a pretty good food payoff. That's kind of cool. Bowser lore? Yeah. No, they didn't show me that. And they didn't show me that when I played against Bowser. Okay. So this is just some exile, some more exile, some more exile. I guess you could say this is like one of the clouds that are in Mario Party. I would believe that. And then Glunch. All right. I'm with you for Glunch. Modern All-Star Flump. Yeah, this is looking like the classic. This is looking like the American trickle-down economics group hug, where it's like, yeah, it's group. A rising tide lifts all ships. And he's just giving you a little fucking crumb, as he puts 40 power toughness on the board with 18 food tokens to hold up instant speed life gain. Oh, and his goddamn Kibo. Listen, man. I like animals. If you see this monkey, you gotta shoot it. I'm like whatever dude was chasing Curious George. You cannot let this goddamn thing live. I've let this thing live one time, and I got killed with a fucking spirit bomb made out of bees because I let Kibo cook. Do not allow monkeys into your kitchen. Oh, I do respect that this is a relatively cheap deck, and they made a reasonable ass mana base. Alright, let everybody make treasures. I mean, this is the non-fucked up Minskin Boo. Yeah, no, Feshni is just... Every deck that can exile anything wants an Alfeshni. Look at the... They want the Chumbawambas. Of course there's fucking PNLR. I think I've seen Plarg and Nasari. That's interesting. That's not group hug at all. This is just rampant thievery. But I like theft. We've covered that. Well, but you're Naya. I like it when we're stealing from the green players, not stealing for the green players. Alright, more food payoffs. Yada, yada, yada. God. Like, you really think you know where this deck is going until you get hit with the fucking knowledge pool, Pyxis of Pandemonium, and Confusion in the ranks. Like, I don't even know what... This is a totally normal deck. So that's the thing, is you took a totally fucking normal deck, and then you put 3 of the most headache-inducing cards in the world into it, and then called it fucking Mario Party. It's... I mean, this is group hug. This is group hug by the mildest of definitions. The only group hug happening here is they are trying to just barely keep all 4 people into the game such that they can subject the entire table at once to their Mario Party bullshit. And I respect it. I do. I hate it. But I respect it. I don't even know what Second Sunrise is in here for. I don't see... Is this just for them to respond to a board wipe on behalf of the table? Oh, and they have Goblin Game and Thieves Auction. Yeah, okay, that's great. So there's less than 10%. Less than 10% of the deck is Mario Party. But as soon as it hits Mario Party, this is not a Mario Party deck. This is an acid trip deck. This is an absolute straight up and down exile counter synergy pile until you fucking rip off any of these 5 cards, and then shit gets wild. And I think I like that more, because that means the deck is like playable as a real deck most of the time too. And the problem I see with every deck that tries to be Mario Party is it tries too hard and it has no function other than ruining everybody else's time. This deck actually gets to live. This is like Batman Mario Party. This deck gets to live as Bruce Wayne and do what it wants to do. And then every once in a while you rip Goblin Game, or you rip Thieves Auction off the top of your deck, and you just go, I'm Batman. And then you force everybody to sit with you for 3 more hours as you resolve it. I love this. Yeah. The more I talk about it, the more I realize this isn't less Mario Party, this is more Mario Party. Thieves Auction is the funniest card in Magic. It is once. It is once. As soon as you have to resolve Thieves Auction a second time, it is the least funny card in all of Magic the Gathering. Alright, let's move on to Geo's Rada Heart of Landfall deck. The title here does not give me an extreme amount of faith. I'm going to be honest with you all. The title here makes me extremely concerned. Yeah, categories multiple. All right, tokens. Also, spam crap. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Exotech will almost certainly not be finishing, but we should finish between tonight and tomorrow night. Tonight we should definitely get far enough that the next emergency powers stream tomorrow should be able to finish it off. So we should either get to like, we're on 34 right now. We'll get to at least 40, and we'll probably get somewhere in like the 40 to 46 range, and then call it, and then do the last like 10. All right. I mean, it's Gruul Pump, but if there was anybody I was gonna let pump me, I mean, you could make worse decisions, and then you immediately fucking ruin it with this goddamn unnatural growth shit. We have a personal question from Pika Puff. Opinion on cats. I love kitties. I love kitties so much. My only quarrel with kitties is that I want to cuddle them at all times, and some cats are. I really like when there's a cuddly cat, but not all cats are always totally down for cuddles all the time. And I want little kitty cats that are. Some cats can be spicy, and some cats are not even spicy. They're just like, they just legitimately like their space, which, not dogs. Any dog you ever meet, that thing wants to snuggle. But not cats. You gotta be a little careful with cats. Jesus Christ, ramp equals 20. I mean, it makes sense because this is probably just a commander damage angle. 4 card draw cards, yeah, sure. I mean, it's Gruul, so they'll draw all 4 because God loves them more. Fuck you forever. Fuck you again. Fuck you again. Fuck you. Fuck this deck. Okay, where's the... Alright, where's the return all... Yeah, there's all the land recursion. Okay, there's all the land recursion. That's fine. I will give them credit. I will give them credit for having the balls to sacrifice their lands. Too many Gruul players would have taken the easy way out of just doing the like basic land ramp that everybody else does. They're at least risking that somebody hits them with like a graveyard exile or counterspells their land return. They're never really going down on lands, but they are taking a little bit of a risk to try to get the like all 40 lands shit out onto the field. Where's Life from the Loam? Where is Life from the Loam? Where's Life from the Loam? Where's... What's this fucker's... Where the hell is this? Where the hell is this bitch? I mean, everything they have is pretty good, to be honest. Everything they have is really... I mean, Decimate isn't that good. I think Crucible of Worlds is in here. I think it's in... Oh, no, just Conduit of Worlds. Yeah, so they're missing a couple, for sure. This is ridiculous. This is fucking... What kind of Jiminy Cricket Wish Upon a Dream bullshit is this card? I know you put this in there for when somebody tries to... The idea of the card is awesome. In Commander, everybody is paying the 4 life for this. If you wanna stand on business and stop the blue player from counterspelling your recursion, just bring goddamn Pyroblast. Don't fuck around. We know the only instants and sorceries you care about are goddamn counterspells. Don't play around like 4 mana. Like 4 mana is gonna mean a goddamn thing. Or 4 life. Yeah, there you go. But I mean, this right here is exactly why mass land destruction is acceptable. $17 fucking pieces of removal. So this is a control list. That's what I'm hearing. This is a goddamn Gruul control list parading around as a fair and honest lands matter combat list. Yeah, this is how you get motherfuckers who think Mycosynth Lattice into Vandal Blast is a good and morally upstanding combo, because against this deck, it is. I mean, most of this is artifact and enchantment removal, thank Christ. Yeah, this is landfall control. I think the primer said landfall value. Yeah, Gruul landfall does value. No, the value is in smashing people's nuts. That's where all of the value is. Like, it's literally just... It's only massive fucking payoffs. I think their cheapest payoff for any of this is 5 mana. There's Dragon Master Outcast, but you need 6 lands for him. So none of this alleged value enters the room with us until we have 5 or more lands on field. And until then, it's just Gruul fuck you. This deck isn't far from a Brawl deck. I'm pretty sure I've played against this on Brawl. This looks like every Rada deck I have to put up with in Brawl. There's no value here. It's it's just shin kicking and then landfall bombs. Terrible. I mean, I'd still let her step on me. Alright, next up, we've got Cytheria with Selesnya Goes Berg, Galta Mavrin. Oh. This is the best spelling job I've ever seen a Selesnya player have, so props to you for that. I mean, you would have had to scroll down to get it right, but that would have required you to be able to read, and I know you Galta and Mavrin players can't do that, so keep the good work up. One Donkey Sauce, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. 42 fucking creatures. What are your sorceries? Board wipe, recursion, protect, harm. We gotta do better. How are you gonna bring a card? How are you gonna bring a card as on brand as Riskard's Expertise and a Shamanic Revelation, and then you're also gonna bring Harmonize? Harmonize goes hard? Don't lie. Don't lie. So they have 1,000,000 elves. Is this like low-key elf ball? It's looking a little bit like low-key elf ball. I'm interested in what Kutzil is doing, because I don't see too many ways to actually buff their entire board. Let's look. Do you have a banner anywhere? What is Temir? What is Timir Sabertooth doing here? I think Kutzil is a good generic card. I mean, why? Just for your opponents can't cast spells during your turn? I mean, sure. This one's not. What the fuck is Outland Liberator doing here? We have so many elves. And we have fucking this guy. Bring an elf lord. Bring one. Root Path Purifier, you make me sick. You make me absolutely fucking sick, Root Path Purifier. What lands are you going for with this? Ah. There it is. This is how Kutzil becomes remotely relevant. Got anything else? Anything else that's gonna make me freak the fuck out? Spam crab, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Oran Reef. Oh god. JoeBot11, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. I mean, the Timmy is so deep in this person's heart. What the fuck are these three? Phial of Galadriel, Strixhaven Stadium, and Halo Fountain. Halo Fountain makes sense in the context of this deck because they're gonna have a bajillion creatures at some point. What the fuck? Oh, I guess this is just for a big Galta and Mavrin. So they're full Timmy. And then they just have two out of nowhere alternate win conditions. Presumably because the table has shit stomped them for their Timmy behavior. This is just, but there's just 42 It's like 35 of the shittiest creatures you've ever seen, followed by a goddamn nuclear bomb, an orbital missile, and then like 7 good creatures. This is my worst nightmare, because this is the type of deck that does not deserve to pull off the Halo Fountain win, but just ends up doing it because I don't top deck the board wipe. It just crumbles to a board wipe? They have 42 creatures, Jam. What the fuck are you talking about? They're just gonna replay them. They're just playing them again next turn. You think they give a shit? They have Guardian Project, Jam, and they're green-white. That's gonna be in their opening hand every fucking game. It's the most babysit color combination that has ever graced a playmat. They're getting exactly what they need. Lurking predators? They're about to fucking lurking predators out a Yanawar elves on like turn 8. And they're still gonna beat me. God damn it. I stand by, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. File of Galadriel. What's happening? Alright, if this isn't... I mean, this is a chat GPT interaction list for sure. Alright, Cytheria, you hurt me. I respect your dedication to not using staples, and I disrespect every other thing you did. Also, Lauren, scale of 1 to 10, how annoying is it to have to say welcome to the doghouse every other second on stream days? It's actually not annoying at all. It's rather comforting because it means that I'm doing something right. The only reason I have been slowing down on how... Now I try to say it in chunks because when I've been going through and I've been looking at the VODs and looking at the like edited things that we have for the for my YouTube editor, I interrupt thoughts too often to say welcome to the doghouse, welcome to the dog home. But anytime I have to say it a bunch of times, I'm like, fuck yeah, it's working, it's fucking working. But now I just try to wait until I have like 3 to 5 to do, so that I can get complete thoughts out, such that when we clip them, the complete thoughts can then go onto YouTube or TikTok or whatever, instead of it being like half of a potentially funny joke followed by me saying welcome to the doghouse, welcome to the dog home, blah, 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 and then going back to the complete thought. Siren, Tyrant of Discord as a joke card. I mean, maybe. I don't really know what would go into it, but maybe. We have random smasher pass from that one, so we're going to do that before we move on to the next deck. Steel Enchantment. No, this dude looks funky. Why should I flatter another with imitation when I can satisfy myself through possession? That's some 3 out of 10 activities right there. Do not. If a man ever speaks to you like that, do not see him again. Do not respond to his Instagram DMs. That's not even player shit. That's somebody that has heard somebody else say player shit on a late night infomercial from a pickup artist. You gotta walk away if anybody ever talks like that to you. Yeah, that's Tateism right there. That's Andrew Tateism. Alright, Alicia who smiles at Death and Taxes. I really like my deck. It's my favorite. Nobody else likes when I play it though. Number 1 primer. Number 1 primer of at least the night, potentially the week. Cotton D, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Alright, so now that we have number 1 primer out of the way, I do like this art. Now, I've very recently come to learn of many of Alicia's crimes. Notable crime, Master of Cruelties. The rest is very much aristocrats, which I think is woefully underwhelming. Because Mardu wants to be cool, and Alicia is a fucking general, but all she leads is an army of IRS agents coming to audit your shit And I hate that. I want so much better for her. So let's see what they brought. They brought 43 creatures. Oh, good, a stacks piece. Oh, land destruction. Okay, I'm with you. Hold on. I'm with you. I'm very much with you. Targeted land destruction is based as hell. We have some more stacks pieces. Now we're getting into the aristocrat stuff. We got Blood Artist. We got Dark Confidant. Well, that's not aristocrat, but, you know. Fucking value Dockside. Dockside and Danny. Good old fucking Doc and Danny had to ruin a good thing. No wonder people don't like it when you play this. No wonder people don't like it when you play this. This isn't death and taxes. This is shithead and taxes. Duplicant. Sure. Sure, rule of law. So this is a Winota list. This is a Winota fucking stacks list. Destroy non-basic land? Real. Fucking run it on non-basic lands all day. Run it. Okay. This is a pretty reasonable recurring thing. Oh, you bitch. You. It would be one thing if it was stacks, but it's so much land stacks. Alright, we're getting back to some normal stacks here. Recruiter, Sovereign, Karmic Guide. Yeah, fuck artifacts. I hate artifacts. I'm cool with that. Alright, more land hate, but we're hating on everything. This is not a CEDH deck. This is not a CEDH deck by any stretch. It would probably draw less hate as a CEDH deck because, well, we need to see if they have Master of Cruelties in here. They don't. Oh, you dickhole. Magus of the Disc? This is a Michael Scott ass deck right here. This is a Michael Scott when he was like, I'm going to adopt 150 children so that I have 150 friends and they have to play with me. Because we have yet to see an out appear from this deck. All we have seen appear from this deck is ways to make the game take fucking forever. Yo, you are stimulation. This is a fucking rubber room deck. This is a rubber room deck for sure. Oh, come on. Tutor, MLD, board wipe. I'll allow it just for Stigma Balls, but come on. Yeah, more decks should run Stigma Balls. Alright, then we got some removal. We got another fucking... I like Mana Tithe. Fuck it. More people should run counter spells. Counter spells are good. Play them in your decks. Play them in your white decks. And then another counter spell. And then another counterspell. 3 counterspells in Mardu. And then another tutor. This is so fucked up. How do you... You're in chat. What does it typically look like? What does it typically look like when you... Do you win with this deck? And how do you win? So we have Mother of Ruins, not a single land. It's in lands. It's in their money's in real estate. Let's pull out the pricing again. Their money's definitely in real estate. Whoa, damn, there's 300. Oh, fucking Dockside, Doc and Danny. Doc and Danny's pretty expensive. Recruit of the Guard's pretty expensive. But then they got another like 400. Okay, so we have one land that'll work. I don't even know. Like, we're gonna draw. Okay. I guess we'll crack. Life doesn't matter. We just need to... We're just gonna grab a mountain because we just need to pretend that we can see what's happening in this deck. Do we shock this in? Sure. What do you even do here? So we could exile something. Right, we can get this guy down. We can exile an artifact or enchantment, and then maybe like on our next... Not even on our next end step, because Alicia's not out yet. Play another land. Fucking, fucking, what are we doing here, guys? Like, for real, what's happening here? Like, we would sack this dude. Oh, damn, she bad as hell. She bad as hell. Yeah, so this is like a control. This is the Azorius deck that everyone complains about, because this is a control list that doesn't have... I can see why it's satisfying for you to play, because instead of playing, like, you're sitting there just taking pot shots at everybody else at the table. Everything in here is an answer or a stacks piece to something, or a way to recur that answer for you to take another run at it. And it's creature based. So you've tricked yourself into believing that it's not an Azorius stacks deck, but this is an Azorius stacks deck. This is what they do. There's no... I can't believe I'm about to say this. You need to put Master of Cruelties in this deck. Just to let people out. Just to let people return to their families. You need Approach of the Second Sun. You need something. You need we just need anything to get this game over with. You've done a good job. Oh, there's a combo with Geralf's and Yawgmoth. Get more. I'm begging you. Get more. Geralf's Messenger. Oh yeah, okay, you can drain. So as long as you can pay for Yawgmoth's ability, which is pay 1 life. So as long as the life looks right, yeah, you can drain the whole table. There it is. No, this is an all day. This is an event for this deck. You plan a siesta in the middle of it. You get this game fucking catered. We are going. This is a fucking, like, one of those no phones getaways. You go into the rubber room with this deck, you come out a changed person. You come out a totally changed person. Alright. Power 6 Slimefoot. I do not believe you. This deck comes to us from MacGuffin. Oh, G Unit Halston Guard, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm sorry I missed that. Here, have a sandwich. I appreciate that. I will, in fact, have a sandwich on you, my friend. Okay. So Slimefoot the Stowaway. It's Golgari Aristocrats that pings the entire table and lets you gain a life just because you were able to sacrifice a sapperling. This is where my cynicism that you've been able to build a power 6 list begins, unless you have picked some truly terrible dog shit to put in here on purpose. Like, you need to have looked at all the sapperling cards and you need to have decided for yourself, these are too good, I need to take dog shit. And then you need to put in cards that like rip out your own toenails. Is the power 6 in the room with us? Is the power 6? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it must be in the room with us. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. This is my fault. I must be misunderstanding. Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I think I understand. You guys, I think I understand why it's power 6. There's no orcish bowmasters, you guys. Everybody just calm down. Be reasonable. They don't have orcish bowmasters. They do have fucking Zulapar Cutthroat. They do have Morbid Opportunist. They do have damn near all the other aristocrat staples and the token doublers. But there's no Bowies. There's no Bowies. Daniel Benton, thank you for the $2 super chat. Would love to see you roast my girl Turgrid. So here's the thing, Daniel. Turgrid has been roasted on TikTok. Her roast is extremely old, and so I'm going to redo it. So they will be on YouTube soon, but I need to rewrite the jokes. SmashLame21, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. The power's a 6 because I looked at the number while doing a headstand. I'd believe that. Oh, see, this is how they got to power 6. Is they picked all this good shit, and then they picked objectively terrible cards like Thought Picker Witch. Still a sack outlet, but that's a pretty bad sack outlet. Oh, and then they took Ashnod's Altar anyway. Yeah, Thalad's pretty bad. Lots of fungus, lots of spore counters, lots of sapperlings. Damn, they bad. Okay, all of their sapperling production does appear to be pretty slow. And then Akawali. I mean, fungus needed Akawali. Now on Death, make a Thalid. Okay, so... Oh, fuck. Yeah, this guy makes the deck go kind of crazy. But I think I get the gist of the power level 6 thing, and I very much disagree with it, but I'm going to break down exactly why. The reason this deck might even out to be power level 6 is you've taken a lot of things that are very, very slow and inefficient, like most of your Thalids that are creating sapperlings, and you've said, okay, because I have these really slow and inefficient cards, I can take a couple really good cards to to make it work a little bit better. And that's where like parallel lives and doubling season comes in. I won't argue that on balance, the deck is probably a relatively, like, if you were to aggregate all the games and look at its performance, yes, it's a pretty soft deck. Personally, I think when you take really, really high variance cards like Parallel Lives and Doubling Season, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot if what you want to do is create a like consistently casual experience. Because the games where you resolve the Myco Tyrant and either of these are a world apart from a game where you don't see them. Now, if that's the experience you want, if you want a really high variance experience, that's one thing, because some people do want that. But most people, when they say, oh, I'm building a Power 6 deck, they are building it for like, I want a consistently chill experience to play with my friends when we want to do low power stuff. And this is that 80% of the time. And then 20% of the time, you are Jesus Christ Superstar on crack. You have like car batteries attached to your nipples. And you just pop, like you pop literally your Pringles. You pop and you just don't fucking stop. Well, yeah, Ignatius, but most decks fold to targeted. Most decks' best combos fold to targeted removal of their best combos. And I'm still talking about like the games where you resolve, even if you didn't get something like the Micro Tyrant, if right, but if we're saying the point of the deck is to be all saprolings and not aristocrats, then why we got all these super good aristocrats pieces? Right? Like that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. If we're building silly saproling time. Sure. Listen, from the perspective of a roast, what you have built is a mushroom with a 1400s feudal lord sitting on top of it, and sometimes you get the mushroom and sometimes you get the 1400s feudal lord, and that's just what you built. That's just what's in the deck. I understand the intent behind putting it in there may have been, I'm gonna build saproling typal and I'm going to put these in there as board wipe deterrents. The end result of this is you have built an aristocrats deck that is wildly inconsistent. You've built a very good aristocrats deck that's only very good 10% of the time, and you've built a saproling deck that is a good saproling deck 80% of the time, and then it's like a wear aristocrat deck. When the moon is full and the Myco Tyrant comes out with the right altars on the field and Zulaport Cutthroat on the field, it just fucking hulks out. So you can see what you're going for, and almost everything is on theme. But you've built a Wear Aristocrats deck. And that doesn't necessarily need to be fixed. Right, like I said, it just means this is a high variance deck. And that's fine. Not all decks have to be low variance. Fabernuck, life is pretty good. We are currently roasting. This is deck number 36 out of 52 from a subathon event that we did. 4000, 22 lands. Yeah, that 22 lands deck was far and away the fewest lands we had seen. We had seen one with like 33 before that. MacGuffin, thank you for sharing that deck. I do appreciate you holding, like, there are way more super annoying things you could have done that you did hold back from, and I respect you for that. So thank you for sharing the deck. They went full tilt on the 22 lands deck, went full tilt on proliferatable mana sources, and going full tilt on proliferatable mana sources was 3 of them. 3 of them. Okay. I love this deck, but I only ever pull it out when I'm having a bad day and a losing streak. At least they own it. Ishai, Patient Voltron. I sincerely doubt this shit is patient. I mean, these are both CEDH partners, I'm pretty sure. I know Thasos is. I think Ishai might be too. I don't think these two together are a typical CEDH pairing. But I'm pretty fucking sure. I know Thasos is. And I'm pretty sure Ishai gets used as well. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on it and it flies. That is not... There are many things that is fucked up, ridiculous. Patient is not among them. Patient is not... And, oh, Jesus, these counters. Alright, we got 8 counter spells. At least they opened with this is for bad days. Alright, additional 1/1 counter synergies. Hey, they left out Vorinclex. God bless them. God bless them for leaving out Vorinclex. 32 lands? Can we be for real? Oh wait, does Thasos might fix this for us. Kind of. He doesn't fix it. It's 4 mana to maybe fix it. If we don't have other ramp. 6 rocks, 6 land ramps, so 12, so it's 44 things that might get us. I think with Thasos that'll just work. Jean-Pierre Polnareff, thank you for the $2 super chat. You have to do my boy Nazan, revered blacksmith. Jean-Pierre, I promise you at all points, every commander is going to get reviewed at some point. I simply can't promise when. Now, what I do want to be clear about is donating, subbing, super chatting is never going to influence the order in which I do commanders. And so if that is ever the intent of the money you're going to give me, save your money and spend it on something nice for yourself. And just wait. And just wait, and you'll get the commander anyway. Ultra Sequencer Bro is saying the lowest we saw is 33, and I'm consistently running 32 or 33 in my decks. Yeah, and you're probably getting land screwed unless you're in real high power. Like I used the 30, I think like 33 to 38 range when you're hoping to play like a relatively casual game. If you're getting by on like 32 lands, what you're saying when you do that is you're saying, I'm hoping that I won't need to draw very many lands to make this deck work, which means one of two things. You either intend to win before drawing those lands, or you have a lot of card draw. If you have a lot of card draw, and you have a lot of low cost card draw, you can get away with having fewer lands because you're going to get through more of your deck and pick up those lands that you have spread in there. What are the odds I get to line 49 tonight? 0. Line 49 is going to be tomorrow night. Anyway, let's get back to this absolute crime. So we have Thespian Stage, which, why in God's name, why do we have mazes in this? Who has traumatized you? Who has traumatized you, and with what? That you are so intent on having multiple mazes that you can use. Yeah, who is beating you? Who is beating your ass? Anti-Voltron. Yeah, I mean, these are just edicts. Oh, it could just be, yeah, well, only Maze of Ith could be for their creatures, but the other two are only for enemy attacking creatures. True, this deck is a trauma response. So maybe by working backwards, we can figure out... We can figure out what's been happening to them. They have a lot of low-cost removal. They only have 2 board wipes. They have a fair amount of, like, later on big card draw. So I think they've been killed. They've been killed by, like, low to the ground decks one time too many. And so they want all of this, like... Yeah, so they want all of this, like, low cost, stiff arm shit to just wait until they can exact their terrible, terrible revenge with Ishai. Because they don't even have proper Voltron. They just have 6 effects in the entire deck that speed up the 1/1 counter, aggregation. And otherwise, it looks like their entire game plan is to engage in a bird staring contest until that bird can just straight up kill a man. Right? Until the New York pigeon can just kick a hole in somebody's head. They're just gonna sit here and they're gonna counterspell and they're gonna Maze of Ith and they're gonna propaganda. Well, it's for Ascendancy wins, but it's also... Talamar, can we be real? Can we be real? Can you and me be real right now? It's in the name. I'm certain that... Yeah, I mean, this isn't really Simic Pump. This is like straight up... This is like Floyd Mayweather's deck. Because it's not really good... It's not really good at doing anything. It's just here to try to, like, make a little fucking shell and outlast everybody until you just sort of win by points. Right? I'm assuming it's very rare that you actually get Ishai big enough for long enough to kill the entire table. But you just want them, like, big enough to draw your entire deck. I don't know if by then somebody has lethal, because look at Angel of the Dire Hour. Exile all attacking creatures. When this enters, during the Declare Attackers step, you can reselect which player or planeswalker or creature is attacking. Exile all attacking creatures. Teferi's Protection. Remove all attacking creatures from combat. End the combat phase. You can't lose the game this turn. Until end of turn, damage that would reduce your life total less than 1 reduces it to 1. Prevent all combat damage. Yeah, this is like... This is everybody be cool. What have the green players done to you, my friend? What have the green players done to you? Yeah, this person has just gotten their shit pushed in by combat damage decks. This is what happens when a motherfucker gets battle cruisered too hard. This is what it leads them to, is Fierce Guardianship, Dovin's Veto, and Pactum Negation all in the same deck. It's just them. This isn't even. Bad day and a losing streak. I assumed that this was gonna be like actively mean. This is you in lethal company when you're the last person on your team left and you're just fucking like sobbing in the corner waiting for the werewolf to come get you. Well, Vic, it doesn't protect you from losing to commander damage, but you gain protection from everything, and so nobody can deal commander damage to you until the next turn. So in a way, it kind of does. Oh, yeah, sorry. Questing Beast will fix it, yeah. Alright, let's move on to Siren. That one kid that took your favorite toy in kindergarten and licked it in front of you. I'm already in love. 35 lands, great start. That's a responsible man. Missy. Whenever another non-artifact creature dies, return it to the battlefield under your control face down and tapped. It's a 2/2 Cyberman. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent faces a villainous choice. Each artifact creature you control deals 1 damage to that opponent, or you draw a card and chaos ensues. Yeah, so you literally you're taking their toys and shooting them with it. This is not mommy. This is some good high quality theft, but there is no world in which this is mommy. I hate seeing a Feto Alchemist in here. This is like the blue combo version of Walking Ballista, where as soon as you see this motherfucker, something's up. Something bad is happening. It's... He brews trouble. It's in the fucking flavor text. I've never seen him, and I know, because I was using him to build a Millennium Calendar deck, and that's all he's fucking good for. What do we got next? More theft. Alright, a little peekaboo. A little peekaboo. Non-basic land destruction just because. Okay, that's some good aristocrats nonsense. More aristocrats nonsense. Yeah, we got a lot of morph shit going on. Okay, that's just good synergy. That's just a good card to have. Face down creature, sure. Okay, I think going morph and like face down synergies with this, and then a little bit of aristocrats. I mean, that's not too cranked. I think there might still be a place in heaven for you. Not anymore, because now you can just turn those creatures back into whatever they were before if you want. There's a lot of infinites. I hate the sound of that. Trepixium, thank you for the raid, my friend. I hope your night's going well. Oh, Thassa Deep Dwelling has to be fucked up in this. Thassa Deep Dwelling. Okay, Cyber Controller makes me feel better, because honestly, Cyber Controller kind of sucks. He's not very good. Oh, Christ. Yeah, there's a lot of weird morph stuff going on. Right, Ignatius, it's a lord for all the stolen creatures, and I'm saying that's not particularly strong. Oh, and then they do have Ristic Study, of course, and Impact Tremors. Death in heaven. Yeah, mods, can you homeward path this guy real quick? Oh, phasing of Zalfir would be fucked up. Strong as hell with all that mana? With all what mana? What mana are we talking about that makes Cyber Controller all that strong? We've got some pretty normal, like we've got a couple of the bigger mana rocks. And if you let them Astronaut's Altar into something crazy, it would be a lot. But this really is, I mean, this deck is just face down, ass up. That's the way I like to fuck. That's the whole thing. This is the doggy deck. And then it can get pretty crazy. It can get pretty crazy if you start turning people's stuff face up again. Her first ability works with Morph, by the way. Well, yeah, River Dragon. Animar's the best, but very few people are playing a card or playing Commander because they want to play something that's the best. They want to play something that's like interesting to them. Alter plus reveal a card to unmorph. Oh, okay. Yeah. So like Dragon's Eye, Savants, you can just keep. Yeah, you can turn it face up by just revealing the same blue card over and over. Well, that sucks. That kind of ruins a lot of the fun I was having with the idea of this deck. I mean, I think if you don't engage in the infinites, it's pretty gosh darn cool. But yeah, if you have like Ruthless Ripper and Ruthless Ripper, you just like lock the whole game up, right? To some degree, does the deck need it though? Because it kind of sucks. I don't like winning through infinites. I would prefer to build a deck that could do it another way, but the only other thing this deck is doing is like, I'm spending 6 turns to start getting 2 2s that could maybe be 3 3s or 4 4s. That's not exactly... Listen, it's on theme. I'm just saying, it's not particularly powerful. I might be able to forgive 1 infinite. Exactly, Code. Like you put 1 bullet in Missy's brain, and then we're all good. Because they've brought what? They brought 2 counter spells. Oh, sorry, 3. Yeah, they've brought 3 spells. They brought 3 spells that can be used as interaction. Oh, they have Kaya's Ghost Form. Okay. Hold on, are they cooking? No, that's 4. Yeah, there's 4 spells in the deck. This is definitely... I mean, they're 100% correct about this description. It is kindergarten, though. It is kindergarten. And then you get an infinite, and then the kindergartner is like found dad's gun. But until then... This is like, I like that they explored things with this. I'll give them that. I like that they tried to explore, well, hey, what if I went for other face down synergies? And then they just kind of fell ass backwards into a couple super unfortunate infinites, because it doesn't look like they brought, other than that 1 infinite that solves itself, It doesn't look like they brought outlets for an infinite mana win con. Bro just doesn't want to read card text. Yeah, they're just tired of it. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. They're robots. They're all fucking Legos. Fuck you. Take 1 damage. Take 1 damage. Let me draw cards. I mean, if you could... What's crazy to me is they don't even have a way... They don't even have a way to trigger this. Like, this needs... Or, like, they don't have protection. They can't wipe the board. And they don't have protection that triggers... Like, what the hell is going on here? Right? Because ideally, what you would want to do is either Toxic Deluge, do like a 3 or 4 damage red sweeper, or you would want to put like Mithril Coat onto Missy, and then just like Blasphemous Act fucking everybody. I mean, I guess you could get the coat on and then like Phasing of Zhalfir. But you're triggering this basically never. And then you don't have a lot of artifacts. I think you got a little lost in the sauce. I can see where your heart was. I can see where your heart was building this deck. Missy's not good enough to support it. And I think there's a little bit of ragu on you right now. Apart from those infinites. Those infinites, right? Those infinites hold the deck together. Oh, I missed all these fucking board wipes. Just kill me. Kill me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 is like... That's a little bit better. I would still err on... dropping some of these for other ways to... Like instant or sorcery speed ways to keep your commander indestructible. Battle Fan is good. Campfire. They're going pretty deep on ways to try to get their commander back. Okay, so they are trying to deal with not being able to pay for the commander tax more than one single time in their life. This is a good effort. This is a good effort at doing what they wanted to do. I still think this is cooking with an easy bake oven to some extent. Yeah, some feigned death effects. Great. Really, we needed fewer of these creatures. We have 27 creatures. Not all 27. Like, Dwarven Blast Miner? Come on, bro. I love land destruction. I love land destruction as much as the next guy. But come on. No, I have no idea what Afedo's up to. I think he might just be in here to like get mana from a rock, but there's a lot of morph creatures that are like pretty much in here just to be morph. Holy shit, look at them things are thangin'. That's crazy. Alright, let's move on to Aiden's deck. I would absolutely let Ire Shaman Unga Bunga me. Okay, so Psychic Venom. This is a deck based around playing either Psychic Venom or Contaminated Ground on your opponent's lands and force tapping them. It also plays with a self-bounce package. Well, dog, who hurt you? Are you like an EPA villain? Do we need to get fucking Captain Planet to come fight you? Playing force tap on a land deck? Oh, this is a 60 card deck. Oh, this isn't even Commander. What format is this? Yeah, this is a trauma deck. It's a pauper deck. Okay. This is a pauper deck. I see Jam. They've got your tech. They've got Pauper All-Star Campfire. Okay, so Dimir Infiltrator being unblockable. Alright, so make stuff a swamp that whenever it's tapped, they lose life. Psychic Venom. Alright, so whenever their land's tapped, they take a bunch of damage from it. And then you hidden strings their fucking land, and you pestermite their lands, and you network disruptor their lands. That's hilarious. I kinda... Honestly, I kinda love the idea of a stop hitting yourself deck where you just tap their fucking land over and over and over. And then Quicksand? Okay, listen. Target attacking creature without flying getting -1/-2 until end of turn sounds, to everybody who watches Commander or plays Commander only, I know that sounds terrible. This is backbreaking in Pauper. In Pauper, creatures are so bad. This is a devastating turnaround. This is like the anime music stinger where the hero finds out they've been like secretly cut in half the whole time. That's how devastating -1/-2 is in Pauper. And then draw. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, easy gen. This is a Pauper 60 card deck. I mean, this has to be dog shit. I think we would mulligan that. So now we can only keep 6. Oh, this like super doesn't work. Well, we'll see if we can. We Quicksand. Then we have Spell Stutter, which kind of sucks. We probably hold it till end step, and then we just flash it in whether or not they try to do anything. Then we'd Winged Words. That wouldn't be there. Turn 3? Turn 3, we can start. We can Contaminated Ground. We can Network Disruptor. Then force that land to tap down once. We're just gonna pretend this is like a swamp. Okay. So we probably... Oh, okay. So we island. We would probably Hidden Strings, tap their land, hit them again, untap our island, swing both of these in, ninjutsu in the Moon Circuit Hacker, get a card, tap these, Hidden Strings, tap it, untap a land. Yeah, this is weird. I think it works. I think it almost works. Does this transmute pay off? That's really what matters next. Because you can transmute it for... You can't transmute Dimir Infiltrator for either of the 2 damage sources that actually win you the game. This seems like something that, with the right opening hand, looks completely fucking unbeatable, and otherwise is eminently beatable. But this is like, I don't think I've ever seen a list like this. So to come up with this just out of the hatred in your heart, good job. You are still a Captain Planet villain. Like, we will be... Like, Robert Irwin's kid is training to beat you up as we speak or something. Invest in contaminated ground before they change the meta. Yeah, how much has Campfire gone up since since Jam won our tournament? Mac and cheese. No, I don't play much Modern. I'm gonna be testing it out to get ready for whenever my Discord hosts a Modern tournament. Right now I'm trying to figure out Pioneer. Jester Kingdom, thank you for raiding. I hope your night is going pretty well, my friend. But good God, what do you even... This is some of the rudest Dimir shit I've seen in a long time. I've played against Mono Blue Tempo, where they try to tap you down. I've even played against a little bit of, like, just direct damage pinging in Dimir. But to not only to color screw somebody and then force them to slap themselves in the face with a colored screwed land. I mean, this person's gotta hate Simic almost as much as I do. They have to hate Simic almost as much as I do if this is what they're building. Smash Flame, my favorite color pair is probably, it's red-blue. But I like anything under the Grixis umbrella. So red-black, red-blue, blue-black, all that. And then I also like Jund as a 3-color combination. Oh, congratulations, Jester. All right. I think here at 40, we're going to stop for the night to leave the final 12. Yeah, to leave the final 12 for tomorrow because I'm getting very eepy and I would like to at least retain some semblance of making good jokes about these decks. So Siren, hit me with your personal question and then we'll get to it. Yeah, I fucking love Grixis. Any way to blame my shit on green? We're gonna make it happen. Hold on. We're gonna make it happen. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I mean, you're trying to board wipe and take creatures and then turn them back into what they used to be. And that's only possible if you've been subjected to multiple pods in which they were playing really good stompy creatures, and that means you were playing against green players. And after so long of being bullied by them, your mind finally snapped, and you had no choice but to take their fucking things, lick them, and then huck it at them. It's green's fault. Yeah, I'll stand on that. Alright, and then one last random smasher pass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Immediately. Alright. We're going to be live again tomorrow night at 5 p.m. PST, and we are going to finish off the remaining decks in the deck roast queue, starting with row 41 on Siren. Thank you to everybody that watched, followed, subscribed. Thank you, Eric Baum AOE, for that Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. I hope to see you all tomorrow. I hope you're having a great week. And remember to stay toxic. Oh, fuck.